has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hello and welcome to the Darkest Dungeon. So the Steam sale is ongoing right now, and I had asked Fixer what's a must-have game in my Steam library, and he suggested the Darkest Dungeon. And so I picked it up, and right after I picked it up, he suggested that me, him, and Modi should all play the Darkest Dungeon sort of at the same time as sort of a challenge to sort of see who makes it the furthest. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to name the very first two characters after, I'm going to name them Modi and Fixer, because you aren't actually like taking part in the events. You're sort of like sending your peons off to do their bidding. So I'm going to send Modi and Fixer off to do my biddings. But so it'll be interesting to sort of see. I think Fixer has the most experience with the game because he's played it more than either Modi or I. So don't bet on me. I don't think I'm going to do that well at this, but it's a really, really cool game, and the narration's awesome, and it's just very, very, very dark for, Darkest Dungeon, and it's very it's just interesting. We'll get into it here. Let's start up a game. We'll call it the Darkest Challenge. And we'll get into it. Now, there's going to be a little mini tutorial at the very beginning here, and it's not very helpful. So it doesn't really, it teaches you the basics of the game. This game is very simple to learn, very hard to master, and I'm a complete noob at it, so I'm sure it will end horribly.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Okay, so Gotta wait for the load to come through here. So basically, this is sort of a... it's kind of like an RPG, but it's more like a... It's kind of like a simulation RPG where you're not really managing just a group of characters. You're going to end up managing a stable of characters in the end. And this is sort of the adventure portion of it. So we're going to... It's basically going to show us how we move about the dungeons once we're doing the dungeons. And you can look at the characters, and we'll rename them once we get to town. I believe Modi will be the Crusader, and Fixer will be the Highwayman. That seems most appropriate. As you can see, these are their weapons, their armor, and they have various abilities, which they'll be able to use in combat. They also have some other abilities, which we'll see. Maybe I can bring up the screen here. So Reynold is a God-fearer and kleptomaniac. Now these are bad quirks, negative quirks, and these are positive quirks. He's a warrior of light, so he does extra damage if his torchlight is above 75%, and I believe this is 25, 50, 75, and that's 100. So he'll do extra damage in the light, so the more light we have, the better off we are. And these are the preferred positions, so which position you stand in your line of combat will affect what abilities can target what foes. So there's a positioning thing. It's very, like I said, there's a lot of things that sort of go into everything, and these are his resistances. And then these are their camping skills. So when you're camping, these are things that they can do while you're camping, and you'll only be able to camp on like longer dungeons, like medium and long dungeons. So it's not extremely useful, but until we get to there, so that's not going to be like right away. So we'll get into some camping stuff later. I'm not 100% familiar with all of this stuff. So to move on the screen, we need to actually select the route. This is the direction we want to go.
Run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The Hamlet is just ahead.
Okay, so it's just telling us how we can move. I can use the keys or I can click. And so you just move. Basically, when you select the room here, if there was multiple locations or directions that you could go, this is just basically telling you what path you're taking. And so we're going to go down the hallway or the road.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Combat is turn-based. You can select a particular skill because the heroes need to be standing in a different spot. So you can see on the skill that he needs to be in the second or third spot to use the grape shot blast. First through third spot to use pistol shot. Second through fourth spot to use open vein, and in any spot to use tracking shot. And you can spend a move to move forward, like so I could switch positions. But I don't want to do that. So I think we're just going to give him the bleed. Oh, we got a dodge. And let's do a big attack. Now, so in addition to managing your health, the bar below here is your stress. So as your stress goes up, bad stuff can start happening to you. Different heroes will react differently to the stress, and there's a random thing that'll happen, and you can totally break under the stress and everything. So you have to both manage the health and the stress. And the stress is actually a lot harder to manage than your health. And in the tutorial, it's not going to be as big of an issue. But let's have Fixer finish it, maybe. We got a bleed effect going on here.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Zealous accusation. Keep going, and we're going to have bleed a little bit. Okay, and so this is just telling us that we can investigate by clicking on things. And here, you'd be able to drag an item into here, and this will then open up an optional loot table sometimes, and usually it decreases your chance of something bad happening if you're looting something. I don't know if there's anything.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found
and I don't know what
forgotten places.
I don't know what all the various items for the various different objects you can interact with that you need to use.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned,
See,
and their kind is no longer welcome.
And he doesn't like this position. miss. Let's see one that'll try and stun him. Now, what a stun will do is it'll any stun will do. It'll cause the person to miss a turn. And stuns are huge in this game because it'll help you take less damage when enemies don't get to attack you, basically. Give you switch positions. Taking a pounding here at the beginning. This is the tutorial and we're getting annihilated here. We'll do great stuff if we can damage both of them. Wow. And the bleed. This is not going well. Oh, he resisted. Poor Modi. I don't know if this is going to help. We got dodge.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
So when you get a crit, it will improve. Getting crits usually improves your stress, or reduces stress, and I believe killing foes might reduce your stress, so if he gets a killing blow here, let's try and stop.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
We get some treasure. So you can return to town right away, or you can continue adventuring if there was more to explore. Like, we haven't opened this chest here, so we can continue to adventure. We can open the chest, and I'll have him open the chest because he has health. It is trapped. And we got nothing. Now, stress doesn't go away automatically, but you automatically heal between adventures. So that's why stress is a lot harder to manage. Oh. And so every adventure you go on, you have a chance of getting we call them traits? Quirks. And of course we...
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Alright, we got ourselves a negative quirk. So he's a known cheat, so he's not allowed to gamble, and he's a dipsomania. And so we can't actually use any of these other buildings here. We only have access to 3 buildings right now. The graveyard, which basically has our fallen
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion. In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
And so here you'll be able to watch all the cinematics of all the stuff that you've completed. That's the ancestors' memories. And then the only other thing we have access to is the stagecoach.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Alright, so what it's saying here is this is where we're going to recruit heroes, and it wants us to spend some of our starting resources to upgrade our stagecoach network. Because basically what's going to happen is all of the buildings are going to be upgradable, and it's going to cost various resources that we're going to find out adventuring to upgrade them. And so by increasing our stagecoach...
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
We'll now have... next week, there'll be 3 heroes for us to recruit, and if we increase it even more, there'd be even more heroes to recruit. We can't. Oh, wow.
Word is traveling.
But
Ambition is stirring in distant
we can increase
cities.
our barracks
We can
size.
use this.
So, we need to recruit both of these
What
guys.
better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And we have a plague doctor. He's a plague grenade, he's blinding gas, he has battlefield medicine and emboldening vapors. He doesn't have the disorienting blast, which is nice. This is a stun, which is nice. This, I'm not, oh, it's a stun too. Okay, so that's nice. This is our healer, has a 1 heal. Does not have a party heal, sadly. Dazzling Light and Judgment. So these are damage abilities. Self-heal 3. Stun. So this has a stun. Oh, that's pretty good actually, Dazzling Light. So we got another stun. We got a bunch of stuns. This could be very good. And we at least have a heal. So that's pretty handy. -4 speed on first round. Oh, that is terrible. Prone to investigating the dark arts. I'm not sure what that means. Early riser. +2 speed if torch above 75%. So that sort of kind of negates partially the slow. Bleed reduce, improve stress reduction while meditating and while camping. That's good. -15% damage on first round. Oh, that is awesome. Kleptomaniac. Ugh, what a mess. What a mess. Okay, so we can change the name. We need to rename. Our Crusader is Loading. And I didn't save it because I am an idiot. Loading. So we will see how Modi and Fixer fare in the world. Save. Okay. And Fixer, the Highwayman. If you want to become part of my stable of characters, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will rename the heroes after you if you want to adventure with me in the darkest dungeon. And so now we're basically ready to take on our first real challenge. I don't think we have any items, and we have no other real buildings that we can upgrade or anything. We don't have enough to do any other sort of upgrades, so we need to embark on our first
of
adventure.
Madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Okay, so we really only have one choice. We could go here, but it's level 6. That would be suicide. Our goal is to explore 90% of the rooms. It is a short adventure, so there will be no camping. And these are rewards if we explore 90% of the rooms. And you can explore more, it doesn't matter. But if you explore 90% of the rooms, we'll get an item, and we'll get some gold and some crests. So we have 5,000 gold to start with. So we build our party, and then this is the order. And we want Modi to take the front, and I believe we want Fixer behind him. And I think we'll put the healer in the back, and then we'll put the plague doctor behind them.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
So, depending on your region and how long the adventure is, you need different supplies. We're in the ruins, which holy water is apparently good. I'm not sure about anti-venom. This just will stop poisons and stuff, toxins. But these are items that you can use to help you get more loot on various objects in the dungeon as well. But it says that we should take at least 8 food. And it says to take 4 torches. I'm a nub. I'm going to take an extra 2 torches. I'm going to take a bandage and a key. And just in case. And that's spending maybe a little bit of our gold that we shouldn't, but eh. We'll see how it goes. Okay, So we need to select where we want to go. So we need to move through this room. So walk through the dungeon slowly. And as you can see, we're getting stressed already. We'll take the extra torch.
A handsome reward for a task well
Now,
performed.
I want to keep my light level relatively high. Because it's helpful to me. Okay, let's give him a great shot to start. Emboldening vapors, heal. Okay, so he's in a bad spot. He actually. Well, he should be okay, but he can only hit people in the back row. Ah, okay. You haven't got it. Embolden you. Fixer takes a hit. Another hit. Okay, so I want to try her stun.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And he also has a stun, so let's try and stun the other guy. Kill him. Alright, so when monsters die, they leave their corpses behind, which blocks certain positions. So you can wipe it out by attacking it, or eventually it will decay throughout the combat. And so we just need to take him out. So we'll give him a little bit of... Oh, we can't shoot him, so we'll have to... steady stab.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, we're gonna have you open it up.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
And so this is all the space that you have to carry stuff in and carry stuff out. And anything you take into a dungeon, any provisions you take into a dungeon with you, you cannot take out with you. So you might as well use them in the dungeon. Sort of the... Okay, so we did a scouting. So we see that there's an obstacle and there's a battle in this room. The obstacle is
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
so you can clear the obstacle by hand, but it will increase your stress level. So if you have shovel, you definitely want to use the shovel. It will increase anybody's stress level. As you can see, we're just getting stressed by walking through the dungeon. Okay. This is a little bit better. We got a blinding gas, so we can actually hit him in the back. Let's see if we get a stun. Perfect. Now this guy here, I wonder if we can we see what the enemies do? Actually didn't mean to do that, but okay. Let's give him a... What I was trying to do is I wonder if you can see what the different enemies do. I know this guy causes a lot of stress, Acolyte, so if you can, you want to try and take him out as quickly as possible. So what we can do is, he has a stun resist now because we've stunned him once. But we might be able to take out
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And didn't hit like I was hoping. So he pulled him forward. And oh, it didn't give him any additional stress, which I guess is good. Emboldening vapors. Let's embolden Modi. Give him a buff. Well, we can heal up. We haven't taken a lot of damage yet, so we can do a little bit of a heal there. See, we can't hit him now. We can just do... let's see if we can...
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And you see he lost some stress there because he killed a foe. This is not a good spot for you. You can leave it back. Let's see if we can... That's good. missed with that shot. You really don't like to be where you're at.
Confidence surges as the enemy
Way to go,
crumbles.
Fixer! Damn, I missed that. Nice. Somebody thinks we can say.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
It's a trick of the light. Okay, let's go this room.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Holy water. Here. Okay, you get to start. You don't have a stun. Let's just see if we can damage everybody. This guy's going to cause a lot of stress. So we want to try and get him out of there. Let's try and stun him. He's already gone, but he'll miss it next. Ouch. The old stun. We'll heal. To pick away at this. It's just, oh, he can only hit the back one. All right, well, we'll play grenade the back guy. This guy hasn't been stunned yet, so give him a stun. We've stunned them all for a round. They're now
As the fiend falls,
have a bit of stun
hope
immunity.
blossoms.
That guy died from the plague, and now he's some judgment. Oh, need some balance. Reduced a little bit of stress. Perfect, and eliminate him with the bleed. Fixer and the bleed. Oh, we reduced some stress. Oh, this is going well.
Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, let's have her look at it. Let's put a holy water. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. We got health and stress. So this is these prayer items, if you use holy water, will basically help you out. And so we know there's a trap there. What's his 20%? He is 50%. Doesn't really have a lot of stress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back to this room. Looks like there's going to be a battle on our way back. Oh, something else I want to do here. I want to... Okay. Try and stun one of them. Oh, we get them both in the back? Oh, one of them resisted. That'll reduce a little bit of damage. She can't get the back one, but we'll take one of these other guys. The more stuns we get out, the better off we are. Let's see if we can... we got the front two guys. That's perfect. Now, hit him. Let's see if we can kill him. Close. Let's go for the plague bomb on that guy. Oh, we get them both. That's perfect. She can't dazzle. That guy has stun resistance, so she'll try and kill him off.
A powerful blow.
Perfect. Yeah, see, a crit basically gives everybody some stress relief. It's good. You like that. You want that. Can't attack him. Can't attack him. Can't attack him. Alright, well, let's just try and get rid of these corpses. Try and stop him. Good. Alright. And then, Fixer will try and finish him off. Yeah. Give Bodhi a bit of a heal. And we'll just swing the mighty sword. Take him out.
A trifling victory,
We got a
but a
health
victory
stone.
nonetheless.
It's common. It gives you plus 10% max hit points, but it reduces your speed by 1. I don't know. We'll think about if we want somebody to use that. We'll go through here. Alright, we want to go up to this room. I'm going to explore the whole place. I'm going to be greedy. We're doing really well on stress level right now. I say that, of course we get some stress. Oh.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
You klepto bastard! He stole that stuff from us, so we don't get the treasure. So these guys here, I think, are definitely going to cause a lot of stress. So we want to try and stun or take them out as quickly as possible. But he doesn't have anything like that, but he can just do... We will try and take out the stun on the end guy there. Resistant, of course. You see how many hit points? 10. We won't be able to kill him, so let's see if we can just stun him. Oh, they got resistance. They have a set 25% resistance, so we're gonna try. This guy will want stun. Perfect. And a dodge. That's going well. It's going well. Modi and Fixer are rising to the challenge. Okay, we're going to give him the plague damage. Some damage. He's on a great shot. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, see, 20 stress. Went from like nothing to 20, just like that. This guy here is a challenge. So we can take him out. Yeah, so we gained 3 back. Took 20, we gained 3 back. So I guess that's something. See if we can take him out. Bit of a healing touch there, Fixer. Finish him off. Good. Wow, you totally have no stress.
Seize
Great.
this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Oh, Jester only. Minus 25% stress. Oh, that's fantastic. Plus 15, below 50. Well, if you keep your light level at a certain point, plus 20 stress heals. So if you take healing, you get stress? Is that what that means? Can I use the key here? Okay. Got some stuff. Alright. We've been to this room. Or no, we have not. There is a trap ahead. Alright, let's go. Oh, let us light another torch. You have a bit of stress, so we'll try and disarm the trap. When you disarm a trap, it actually reduces your stress, so that's pretty good. This is the best trap disarmer that we have. And go to the next room. The light is fading. Okay, well, we we've got enough torches. We can definitely keep clicking torch up.
Wealth beyond measure,
Ooh, some deeds.
awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Let's actually click our life level up. Okay, and so this is a random event that happens, hunger. So randomly while you're going through the dungeon, it'll if you don't do anything, they'll take a bunch of damage plus stress. So you want to always have food on hand so that when it happens, you know, you can eat the food. And so we have extra food here, so we can actually eat food to heal up. And we can't take the food with us, so full. Okay, he can't eat anymore. Quest complete. Let's continue adventuring. There's still another room. We still have some torches available. Let's go to the final room. Maybe we'll find something more than just our due. Okay, we don't have a shovel. Clear up my
Without
hand.
tools of iron, you must rely on flesh
Yeah, that-
and indefatigable purpose.
That sucked. Okay, this is gonna be tough. Yeah, that's a ton of stress right there. We'll do the grape shot. Hopefully we can get a stun on the back too. That would be fantastic. Got at least one of them. Let's try and get a stun on this guy. Perfect. Take a little less damage, a little less stress, hopefully.
Grievous
Oh
injury.
my lord!
Palpable fear.
I've got to heal you. Oh my. Sorry, Fixer. That is... Oh my lord! That was a massive hit. I'm gonna heal you again. I mean, it's only one, but, you know... We're gonna get you off death's door there, hopefully. Look at that stress. These guys are... This was a mistake. This was a mistake! Fixer, kill somebody!
Dazed. Reeling.
Oh my lord!
Break.
Come on, get a stun. Thank you. Get a kill here. Oh, we got rid of one of them. Oh no.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
No! No! Oh, thank you for missing. Stun them! Stun them! Kill something! Okay, heal him up. Yay, 5. We need could have used a crit there. Oh my god, thank you for dodging. A little bit of stress relief. Let's get the bleed on him. Oh,
abomination
nice one,
cleansed
Fixer.
from our lands.
Way to go, buddy! This is the final encounter, so healing won't matter too much unless he just dies outright. He has the stun debuff. Let's see if we can take him a crit. Yes. De-stress a little bit. De-stress a little bit. Big attack. Yes. Okay. Whew.
These nightmarish creatures can be
so we
felled.
can't carry
they
everything.
can be beaten.
So we can shift click to discard this. I don't want to discard. Let's shift click to discard that. Heirloom chest. We don't have any keys. Let's try the anti-venom and see if we get something. Oh, cool.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
We did get
Now
something
it
cool
must
out
be
of it.
carried
Okay, so
home.
We're completely done the dungeon now. Let's get out of here. That was a disaster. Probably a mistake going further than we should have. Our treasure is not so good. We did okay, I guess. We got a couple of deeds, which is good. And we got a dodge stone. So we got a couple of items. Let's get some good stuff here. Come on. Oh my god. Look at this terrible, terrible, terrible luck on the end there. So, yeah, welcome to the Darkest Dungeon.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
So negative quirks will lock into place and become spheres. Sphere negative quirks cost much more to remove. That's good to know. So yeah, we're doing really terrible on the quirks. We got a bunch of negatives. Oh, that's even locked into place now. Right? Locked into place. We have negative quirks locked into place. We've got more negative quirks and positive quirks. So this is a terrible, terrible start to the Darkest Dungeon. Next time we'll look at the tavern and the abbey. We may use them, even though it's going to cost us some cash. I guess we'll see sort of what we can get out of our stagecoach. But I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. Don't forget to go and check out Fixer and Modi's playthrough of this. Sort of watch all three of us, see how well all three of us do through this. And this game is really, really neat. I really, really enjoy it. It has that very Call of Cthulhu-esque feel to it. And as always, if you enjoyed this series and video, don't forget that like button. It helps me a lot. And until next time, Delgar out.